1941. A tragedy began. The Holocaust was a time of suffering and death. So many people were killed, and only a handful survived. One of the survivors was Elie Wiesel. He wrote a novel about his experiences called Night. It is a novel where the events are described in detail and the words are powerful. I will be reading two excerpts from the novel today. The first one is in the foreword by Francois Mauriac, and the second is by Wiesel himself after he was liberated. In the foreword, Francois Mauriac describes what would have been going through Wiesel's mind during his stay at the concentration camps. Never shall I forget that night, that first night in camp that turned my life into one long night, 7 times sealed. Never shall I forget that smoke. Never shall I forget the small faces of the children whose bodies I saw transformed into smoke under a silent sky. Never shall I forget those flames that consumed my faith forever. Never shall I forget the nocturnal silence which deprived me of all eternity of the desire to live. Never shall I forget those moments that murdered my God and my soul and turned my dreams to ashes. Never shall I forget those things, even were I condemned to live as long as God himself. Never. Our second passage comes from Elie Wiesel. After he had been liberated, he came down with an illness, presumably from some sort of poisoning. He was in hospital for many days, and once he was finally able to stand up on his own, he decided to take a look at himself in a mirror. One day, when I was able to get up, I decided to look at myself in the mirror hanging on the opposite wall. I had not seen myself since the ghetto. From the depths of the mirror, a corpse was contemplating me. The look in his eyes as he gazed at me has never left me. The Holocaust was full of unimaginable horrors, things man was never meant to see. Thanks to the brave people who were able to survive through everything and let their story be known, those horrors just became a bit more imaginable, so we were able to live through them alongside them and really get to see what just happened there. Thank you for listening today. I hope maybe the words touched you as well as they have to me.